We should be good to go now. Sorry, I was a little later than I expected. I was actually like ready before noon, but then I was like, oh, I got time. I'll update some spreadsheets real quick. I'm kind of a spreadsheet guy. Not really a spreadsheet guy, but there we go. Do I need this to be bigger? No. Hold on, adjusting OBS because it never remembers how I have things set. So there we go. I should be live. I'm live, right? Nobody's in chat. Normally I have at least one chat before I start. And I was like 16, 17 minutes late. What's going on? Are we alive? Are we awake? Spreadsheets are the way. There we go, Joshua. You can always count on you, Joshua. Okay. I've been thinking this is a bot. Is this just like a thing, or are these bots? People have been calling me a diva in the comments, and now I've got someone in the live stream. Dolly, are you a real person, or is this AI? I can't believe I'm saying this. I wouldn't classify myself as a diva. Maybe a drama queen sometimes, but either way, welcome. We got 10 people in here. We're waking up. Is the music too loud? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna believe that Dolly is real. You're a real person. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph Fairweather. I like the name. That sounds like a realtor name. I'm gonna assume because your name is Hulk Realty. That sounds like a stage name if I've ever heard one. But we've got the poll up right now while people are still filing in here. If you want to answer the poll, we got 17 votes in it so far. The question is, are you buying DK Bonanza? Personally, I am. I've had it pre-ordered since Switch 2 pre-orders were up. So I'm ready. You're a salesperson at Best Buy. Hey, that's real to me. But I ordered DK Bonanza. I'm excited for it. I got even more excited for it knowing that I gotta turn the music down, dude. It's too loud for me. It's like throwing off my concentration. Okay, there we go. I like couldn't finish my sentences. It's too loud. But I got even more excited about it when we got confirmation that it was made by the Odyssey team. So that's awesome. We've got an even 17, 17, 17. If we're ignoring the people who don't have a Switch 2, this is very interesting to me. A third of us have it pre-ordered, a third of us are thinking about it, and a third of us are not interested. 50% of my voters so far don't have a Switch 2. That's crazy. Dolly's a real person. Or a super advanced ChatGPT chatter. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll now. I like that it's all even. Okay, we got 14 people in here. Like normal, if you want me to say your name out loud, if you want me to say hello to more than just Joshua, Joseph, and Dolly, say something in chat right now. They are locking down the top 3 chatters spots. And I'll go over while we're waiting for people to say hello. There's a new top fans thing that I noticed last week, but we had a smaller stream last week, so we'll go over it again. Since I've been in Italy, they've added this like XP thing. You get, it seems 25 XP per chat. Anyone want to donate to see if super chats give you more XP? Where's Mikey at? Maybe become a member, gifting a membership. Maybe we'll give you more XP. I'm interested to see how these like top fans thing shakes out every week now. My mom's late. Well, that's where I get it from. Yes, you clearly need it. I want you to be number one, Joshua. You're my number one. In my heart. All right. Let's see. The chat rate is up. I've never seen it at 5 before. I mean, maybe in the beginning. You get a lot more chats in the beginning. It usually goes down to a chat rate of 1 by the end of the stream. But I'll go over what we're doing today and then I'll say hello. Because we're still getting the same people chatting in here. I know there's other people in here. I can see the numbers. But we are going to the top down. We've got a GameCube that the closed lid button is missing, or the open lid button. Depends on how you think about it. You don't close it with this button. Anyways, it's missing. Oh no, what will we find inside? And then we've got a new spice orange shell, and we're gonna be adding a little Pico boot mod into it. I'm excited for the next video. The next few videos are gonna be awesome. I've got enough videos to last me through December. Enough video ideas, so I'm really excited for how the rest of the year is going to shake out. I went from not knowing like if I would have any ideas for the month a couple weeks ago to boom, I've got ideas for the rest of the year. I'm excited. I've also got a lot of second channel ideas that are going around in my head. A new second channel series. That's what I said. A series. Not just a video. I'll spoil it. I'm going to be putting a lot of USB-C in things. I'm going to steal Marquez's words and call it USB-C all the things. But anyways, I'm getting too excited. We're going to do this in just a moment. See what's on the inside of this GameCube that I cannot open with the button. Joshua! Sorry, I screamed there.
This is just a test of our public service announcement. Do not be alarmed.
I was alarmed. Thank you, Josh. I was just teasing, but let's see. Did it give you... Oh my gosh, it just... You a soared to the top. I don't know if you guys see the rankings here, but Josh has 575 XP compared to second and third place being tied at 75 XP. That's crazy. Okay, so super chats get you higher in the rankings. My wallet likes this new thing. Thank you, Josh. So much. You are a star. Yeah, 500 XP. I wonder if it's like, is it because you gave $10? Would it be 250 if you gave 5? That's awesome. Thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate the testing of this. I will take that $10 and start saying hello to everybody, starting with my man, Joshua. We got Dolly, Joseph, a lot of Dolly, Joseph, and Joshua. I like the J names. A little biased, though. My mom. Oh, man. Illusion. You just gotta say it weird a bunch of times. Illusion. I got it. And is that it? That's it. Hello. How you guys doing? Teasing my mom for being late. My dad's not even here. Did I miss anything? It's nice to see you today too, Illusion. I like the puzzle that I just had to go through to figure out what your name actually, how to say it. Anyways, I think Josh said something that I wanted to talk about. What if inside the GameCube is a small Labubu? Dude, Labubu has made me feel so old for the first time ever, I feel old. Because it's one of those things where I don't get it. I don't get the little boo-boo craze. I'm out of the loop. I'm an old man now. There it is. I found the chat I was looking for. I finally found the shirt I bought from you that was missing. I'm glad. Which one was it? Was it the one you reordered? So now you have 2 of them? Because I kind of, if it's the Vaporwave shirt, I kind of want a second one. I only have 1. And I have it in a sweatshirt too. Which I just ripped off the acklet. I think that's what it's called. The plastic thing at the end of the drawstring. I just ripped one of those off and I was so devastated. I wish I could find one, like a decent quality sweatshirt that has like the metal caps. DC? I didn't even know you were in here. 33 months. I need to turn up the volume on the super chats and that stuff. But okay. Man, chats are going crazy. I can't even keep up. I gotta start streaming. There's my dad. Hello, Dad. I'm picking parts off GBCs or for GBCs. Snagnetti's new Poco Plus. It's sick and easy. I was just thinking about that. I think I might have to try and add that to the rotation of videos this year. Maybe push some of my lesser exciting video ideas to January or something. But my dad's not getting milk. I can't have milk. Yeah, it's the Vaporwave. It was in my fiance's luggage, just laying there for a month. Interesting. No, it's the kids who are wrong. It's always the kids. It's never the old people, right? It's whatever group I fit in is the right group. That's what the answer is. Okay. Yeah, there's a heat wave going across the US. How's everybody hanging in there? Dolly, you're an interesting character. Okay, I'm gonna get started now. But last night we had a high, or yesterday we had a high of 97 over here. 97 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know why I'm taking these out. There's no need to take these out. Fun fact, since a lot of people missed last stream, I'll go over it again. I got stuck on my way home from Italy. Our flight was severely delayed, and British Airways owes me money and they don't want to give it to me because some crap laws, EU laws, and they're not even in the EU anymore. Riddle me that. But also, fair warning, after I just did it, I'm using the electric screwdriver. It might be loud. Headphone users, you're warned. But I was stuck in England for a night, and I found it funny because I put on the local news, and they said there was a heat wave going on, and they were talking about Celsius. I'm like, I don't really know Celsius for like normal temperatures beyond like soldering iron temperatures. And they're like, yeah, it's a heat wave. And I like did the conversion, and it was only like 80, like high 80s. I'm like, that's not a heat wave. That's regular summer temperatures. Oh my gosh, there's a Japanese copy of Smash Bros. Melee in here. It's almost like I put that in there. You are actually able to still press the button in here with tweezers, but I was too lazy to press the button again to get the disc back out after I tested it last night. I was testing the GameCubes because I don't really want to have to do the capacitors today. So I got one that is working perfectly, aka this one. But yeah, 82 in Anaheim right now. That's crazy. I don't know what temperature is. The temperature is right now. At this moment in time, it is okay. Well, it's 83 in Oregon, way up north from you, and it's the same temperature. Crazy. It is okay. I understand that. If you don't have AC, which I understand a lot of Europe doesn't have AC for some reason, that's fair. I would be mighty uncomfortable in this weather. Because even right now, with AC, I've been uncomfortable at night because their apartment has an AC unit in the living room, so we have to use a chain of fans to try and coax the cool air down the rest of the apartment, because the living room's at one end and this room and the bedroom are on the other end. But I also bought a portable AC unit during Prime Week, Prime Day, Prime Week, whatever. And that comes tomorrow, hopefully. Also, if you've had a GameCube order out from me and it still has not, if you still haven't gotten an email that says it's been shipped, it's because I'm waiting on more boxes to come so I can actually ship them. For some reason, boxes take forever to ship on Amazon, even with Prime. So they're supposed to come today, but when I checked the tracking last night, it said they were still in Texas. So I'm kind of doubtful that it's gonna come today. I have like a really giant box that I could ship all of the GameCubes in, but I can only ship it to one place, so that won't work. And last one. There we go. Let's look at the chat here. Only 86 where you're at. That's not bad. It's just crazy. It's like 84, 85, and it's 12:30. It's not gonna get, I think it's gonna be like high 80s today for the high, but it's gonna be like, I don't even think it dropped below 60 degrees last night, and that's too warm for the nighttime. But it's gonna be 95, 94 again on Wednesday. But by then I should have the portable AC unit by then. And unfortunately, the bedroom that we sleep in does not have a window that works with the portable AC unit. Only this window and another window in the house or in the apartment will work with it. So we're still going to have to try and coax cool air into the sleeping quarters. But in here it won't be so bad, other than for my audio. Oh, hello. Okay. But I do plan to hopefully get GameCubes restocked by the end of next week. Right? I think. The end of next week. And Probably not the end of this week. And then I hope to get N64s restocked by the following week after GameCubes are restocked. And I have a video planned to tie in with both of those. So expect a GameCube and an N64 themed video coming soon to the main channel. There's also a GameCube themed video coming to the second channel tomorrow. A viewer / customer requested video. I'm gonna run my my vacuum for a second to get rid of some of the dust in here. This is not very dusty for a console compared to what I normally get, so it shouldn't take too long. But I'll mute up real quick. I don't have a mute button on my Stream Deck. I need to get one of those. I know that makes some people cringe a little bit, but I'm not worried about the static at all. Not in this case. I'm reading chat. Just reading chat while I unscrew these 6 screws here. Okay. DJ McPeepants says, sorry, this isn't about GameCube. That's totally fine. This is the best time to ask me questions about anything. But my IPS modded GBA start and select buttons are shorted and I have no idea where to find it. If you have a phone that has a macro lens, which if you have like any of the Pro iPhones from the last few years, maybe even the basic ones have it, I'm not sure. The way to figure out if your phone has a macro lens, even if with Android, I think you just need to get up close on something and it should swap automatically. You might have to change it forcibly in Android. I don't have an Android. I do, I don't use it though. It's an older Pixel. But anyways, the if you have a macro lens on your phone, that's an easy, cheap way to have a microscope and you can just look across your board. There's a, if you go to Natalie's website, Natalie the Nerd, it might be on her wiki, I don't know. She has somewhere a screenshot of like a diagram of showing the different vias for the buttons. The vias are like the little holes in the board, and you can look over that spot to see if you see anything shorting it or just over the button pads. If you don't see anything, that's going to be way harder to diagnose. But if it was like working before you modded it and then now it's not working after modding it, you probably just have a wire overextended and that's what's shorting it. Or you accidentally pinched one of the wires when screwing it all together. That's a very common thing. It usually happens to me on GBAs. Um, I don't know why I read it as GBC. Sorry. The VIA thing for Natalie is not on. She doesn't have it for GBA. I don't think. You probably just pinched the wire for select, or you have the wire overextended into a different VIA. Sorry, I should have read that more carefully. I hope that makes sense. Because when you solder the wire for select for the 3 buttons, there's a via around it that also will short to start or ground. And if you also pinch those wires, then you can short it to ground there. So I would just open it up to see if your wire looks a little pinched or flattened somewhere, and check to see close up, maybe with a macro lens, but it's probably going to be visible to your eye if you have your wire touching anything else on the board other than TP2. Hope that helps. Anyways. Let's continue on. With this here, I can easily grab the screws out. And we will wiggle this back and forth carefully. Hopefully we'll not rip any components up as we lift it up. Man, I always hate removing these. I wish I could get away with not removing these. But the stupid chip that we need to solder to is underneath this. There we go. Checking to make sure I didn't rip any components off. Cool. That's a bit scary. That looks like a bit of corrosion. But it's weird only seeing it there. So I think we should be fine. Let's get... Where... Do I not have a paper towel out anymore? It's fine, I've got the paper towel roller right at my feet. Oh yeah, I have links blocked on chats. Unless you are a mod, you can't drop links. Which honestly, I don't know why you're not a mod, Joshua. So let me change that real quick. You've been here long enough, I trust you. There you go. Usually I will actually just power on the console and not have the fan near the heatsink, like in this kind of state. Then I heat it up, but we're streaming, I'm being impatient. Wow. I wonder how that bit of, like, the single dot of corrosion got there. That single little dot, I just ripped it off, but a little rusty there. Interesting. Thankfully, it's just on the heat spreader. Literally nowhere else. There's not even a sign of, like, water damage anywhere. It's weird. Actually, I'll leave those in for now. But we can take this out, put it off to the side. We've got 2 more big screws here. I didn't check. Did Yeah, DC. No, he didn't get any for becoming a member. That's kind of lame. It looks like you only get a maximum of 25 XP for 3 chats, and then it just gives up after that. Interesting. So you have to start donating if you want to be in the top for the top fans. That's weird. Okay, back to the show. Ooh, that's a little dusty in there. One moment. Oops. Okay. And we still gotta unscrew these. You know what? I've got this out for a reason. Come on, get off. There we go. Nope, other way. Get the metal settled first. Then we can start some of these screws, maybe. Yeah, my one wish about my electric screwdriver was that it just had a little bit more magnetism to it. Because I just can't, like, most of the time the screws do not stick to this tip. So I can't put them in without, like, some of them I just have to start with my iFixit bit. Even though this is an iFixit bit, there's just not enough magnetism in the whole thing. Oops. There we go. And we can drop the rest of these pieces in there. And boom. There we go. Just need 2. These bigger screws, I can just put them in by hand. There's that. That side looks good, right? Yeah, no corrosion on the back side. So, literally just that one stinking dot. It's like there's just a little bit of spit that came out of whoever was assembling this GameCube in the factory and landed there. And then it got dried up on the on there. I don't know. I'm just theorizing poorly. Usually when I pinch wires, it's not pinched so bad that it's like broken. So you should be able to just unscrew it, move it over a little bit, screw it back down, making sure it's not pinched again, and it should be fine. But if you do need to replace it, if you like completely chewed through it and it's still too, it's like too short now to just cut it off and reuse, then just like 30 gauge wire is fine. It's smaller probably than the wires that they give you. I have a bundle of 30 gauge wire that I bought years ago, and I'm still not even close to getting through it. So I think it was like $6 or $7. That was probably one of the best investments I've made because it was so cheap and it's lasted me this long. But anyways, we've got some soldering to do. I'm gonna take a drink because I'm thirsty. This is a beautiful orange. I love spice orange. Oakley dokley here. I'm heating up my iron and I don't even have anything out. Okay. Well, here's that. Let's unscrew this real quick. And then we'll get all this stuff out. Come on. That's for later. Okay. But let's start with the well, hold up. Come on now. Let's start with this guy. Bust out the battery. What I do is I get a little bit of flux on both sides. Nothing too crazy. I grab the battery and I push down, pull out, boom. Somewhere around here I should have did I vacuum it up? I think I may have vacuumed it up. I should have copper braid. Very possible I vacuumed it up. I don't think I used it up. Oh no, it's over here. We can remove the old solder. Might as well do it to both sides. Oh, that just added more solder. Cool. And then positive side over here. So it should look like this. Pushing that in. And then wherever my solder is, just heat the area up. Push the solder in. Oops. There we go. Do the same thing over here. Boom. Pretty darn good if I do say so myself. And we'll let that cool off for a minute. And then we'll put the battery in. I don't like to put the battery in immediately after soldering those down. Something about heat and batteries not mixing well. I don't know. Could be lighting, camera, my monitor settings, but that case looks more tangerine than spice orange. It's a little dark on my display right now. I don't know. They call it spice orange. It looks very, very similar to the Nintendo orange. It's an aftermarket shell, so it's not going to be perfect. But I also don't know my tangerine versus my spice orange. I'm not really up to date on that, I'll admit. Not something I'm worried about though either. All right, I'm going to add a little flux there. Line it back up perfectly again. And tack it down on that 3-volt line. It's kind of hard to see, but I guess we can shift this over. Zoom in a little bit, not all the way. And then I'm pretty much just going to solder all the way down to this ground over here. I'm actually going to flip this around. It's a little easier if it's on my right side. Okay. And I'm just adding solder to each and every one of these. That's a little bridge, that's all right. We'll fix it. I think we only need to do like 3 down. I honestly don't remember. So I pretty much do it from ground to ground in that section over there. I'm gonna clean my iron. Just like that. And the bridge is gone. I'm going to add a little more flux and a little more solder to the 3-volt line here. Make sure it's good and connected. Then we're going to flip this over. You don't want to forget this crucial step. I just take whatever's left on my iron, drag it across there, because we want to short those 2 points. That's it. Boom. It's not it, because we have some more soldering to do on this, which I can ready this right here. Just going to add a bit of solder to all of these points here. Make my life a little easier in a second. I will wipe my area clean since I just put a bunch of flux down there. Because I don't really want to get flux and dirt and stuff on the bottom of this shell. I will try and zoom in all the way here. There we go. Okay. I didn't know if it was going to be cut off. Actually gonna scoot this back over a little bit like that so I can actually reach with my soldering iron and do the same thing, just add a bunch of flux to both sides of this chip. Not gonna solder to all of these points, but it's easier to just flood it. And then we're gonna line it up. Whoop. Like this. I need to get a little more iron or solder on my tip here. Make this connection without bridging anything though. Probably maybe a little too much. Boom. And I'll connect this one. Hopefully. Boom. Then I'm gonna push this corner down. I think we're soldered there. My cable is at like the end of its reach here. Sorry, I had to make sure all those connections were good with my eyeballs. And I think we're good. I think we can put the iron away. I'm gonna clean it first. I think we're done. Now we can zoom back out, see how off center we are. Actually, that's pretty on center. On center? Yeah, that works. That's English. I was pleasantly surprised how close the blue shell, as it is listed, to the real indigo. I mean, I have an indigo listing. I haven't done an indigo in a while because for some reason I can't really find indigo for a decent price. But the indigo is very close to the indigo, but the ones that are actually labeled blue are not close to indigo. I have a sky blue and a clear blue now. The sky blue just sold yesterday, which I was kind of surprised. I think it's a beautiful color, and there will be a sky blue N64 in the next restock, in case anybody's interested in that. Okay, we can put on these new thermal pads, cover up that blemish there. This is actually one of my least favorite steps. But it's necessary. There, and now we got to remove these. Somewhere around here I've got my pick. Oh, and it's going to be one of those that doesn't like to cooperate. Oh, that one came off nice and easy. The GPU wanted to have some fresh thermal paste, thermal pad, paste pad, whatever. It's all the same to me. And we'll wipe this one clean. I know there's a difference. I just don't care. And touching them to make sure I remove the plastic, even though I literally just did it. Make sure all those holes are lined up. Gotta evenly disperse the pressure from the screws so we don't harm anything. Cool. It's locked in. It's even. We can put the battery in now. Why not? I feel like I should put some of the trash away too, real quick. I like putting all the trash back in the bag this came in. Just to tidy things up. And there will be more trash. Trust me. And stick this down and peel that so we can throw this away. And I think that's all the trash for now. Okay, we can pop these off. And just do this before I forget. I mean, these are just the same light gray, so in theory we didn't have to put the new ones on, but at least one of them was fairly yellow, so. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the my listing. I see now. Are the orange and silver both being modded the same? The orange is the new shell. You might be at the beginning of the stream. The silver shell is going by the wayside. Okay. Let's get these two screws back out. I think I put them. Maybe I didn't put them somewhere else. Okay. And we can put the disk drive back on. Time for a whole lot more electric noises. I don't know why that was temperamental, but that's all right. That screw I don't like to do too tight, just in case. Since that's where the wires come out and all. Jeez, that scared me. You couldn't even see it, but the top half of the shell was like half resting on something else and it slipped off. missing a screw. It's probably underneath the pick. No. Oh. That's where the 2 screws went for this. Also finding a long hair in the GameCube. And last screw. Cool. Well, not the last screw, but the last screw for that section. Now we can put these things back on. Anybody else starting to get hungry for lunch? Or is it just me? You guys are probably eating lunch while watching this. I know my parents are. And we can plug this in. Maybe. There we go. Need to take the dust filter out and it looks like perfect. That's crazy. Don't need to wipe it. More accurately vacuum it because that's what I do to these. Pop the lid so I don't break the lid sensor. Lid switch, which I guess it does sense it. Theoretically. Technically, not theoretically. It does. It's not a theory. Oberux. Hello. Huge fan. Sorry, I'm a little starstruck right now. I just doing Pico boot and did a full shell swap. Nothing too crazy. You're getting hangry. Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. I almost always will swap shells on like every console I mod, just because I get them broken, and most of the time they're disgusting or they're like super scratched up or yellowed, and I know I could save some of the yellowed ones, but I just don't have the time for that. I'll let somebody else handle that. And to be honest, I don't really care about saving the original plastic. I'm more interested in what the console can do. And I'd rather it look nice for sale. Sales. Come on, jam in there. Okay, now I should probably screw it in, huh? Forgot that crucial step. Gotta make sure they're in the holes. These shells from Bitfunks on AliExpress. I know Bitfunks is not the most favored name in the community, but these GameCube shells are great, and they're a decent price. With the tariff stuff going on, Not as great of a price anymore, but it's not too bad. Okay. Everything looks even there. And I actually remembered to preload the software onto the SD card this time. So we can just slot that in. And then I'll have to take a second to set everything up, but I should be able to get the GameCube on screen here and have it not laggy for me. Just takes a bit of setup. All right, we're gonna drag this over here. You can't see any of this, but whoa. My capture card wants to fall off the computer. All right. And it did. Okay. I didn't grab a controller. Okay, so Mario Kart Double Dash, just to prove that the disk drive works. Boom. I will fully unfurl this. And turn that on. We can flip over to... Oops. Don't know what I just clicked. Hopefully that messed up the stream. But we can flip over to this. And of course, it's not working. Hold up. Gotta deactivate and reactivate. Boom, that's ahead of my face cam. There we go. Cool. This is Swiss. If we hit B, we can go over to this and we can hit DVD. It'll reset the DVD drive and it will load our game. Boom, Mario Kart Double Dash. Click A twice. You can load cheats or do other nefarious things to it. And then it'll load. And we are now playing Mario Kart Double Dash on a making sure. Okay. Sorry about that. But you can now hear Mario Kart Double Dash and see it. Playing a North American disc on a Japanese console. We'll do a quick little time trial here. I always forget you cannot use the D-pad in Mario Kart to go through the menus. Kind of annoying. And let's see. Should we do Mushroom Bridge? I'm feeling a little Daisy Cruiser. One of my favorites. And I messed up. Yeah, you know. But this is using the Bitfunks Pico adapter. It uses GC video. It's the thing you saw me plug into the component port. Maybe I should have used the boost here. That's all right. I'm not that great at Mario Kart. I'm better at Mario Kart Wii. Oh, what the? I guess I let go of the R button a little too much. Wait, did I lose my second mushroom or did I use it and not realize it? Either way, I'm not really going for a good time here. Ooh. I'm not really going for a long time either, though. I used what I had left over from a headlight restoration kit on discolored lights for what did you use it on, to like spruce up your plastic? Because I use on some of the newer shells, the newer GameCube shells, they don't include the jewels anymore. The little black circle with the GameCube logo on the top, and I don't know why. And so I've buffed it out with some car wax on some of the original ones, and that works pretty decent. I definitely could make it better, but I just make it look good enough. Yeah, my personal console, my personal GameCube has the Xeno GC mod, and I actually messed it up. I had to do a little bodge wire because I ripped one of the pads, but I don't mind that one. I just don't like having to dig into the disk drive too much. And honestly, this is fine for what it is. They're both cheap. If one was like significantly cheaper than the other, then I would probably do the cheaper one, honestly. But I do like the ability to like more quickly load my discs, but most of the time I just use my my backed up files anyways. But we can hit the eject button again on the menu, not on the console, and we can go to the SD card, and this is what it'll look like if you buy this or any other GameCubes from me. You'll have an apps folder, a games folder, a Swiss folder, in the IPL folder, or not folder, but the file, which is just the boot file to get into Swiss. But we can hit apps, and that will take you to clean rip, so you can rip your games. When you buy the consoles from me, you should also get a QR code included that will link you to a video on how to use that properly. And then you'll have a games folder that ultimately, when you back up your games, it won't go into the folder. You'll have to drag and drop it into the games folder on the computer. But for my sake, I have Crazy Taxi on here to test games. And so I just have it in the games folder, even though it's a singular game. But I like to have everything in a games folder once I'm done backing up my GameCube files. I like to have them in the games folder. Can you not skip this? I thought you could skip this. Yeah, we'll play a little Crazy Taxi. I'll actually mute this and bring the music back because there's copyrighted music in this one. The GC does look great. Doesn't this look... Oh, wait, no. Nah, wrong thing. Doesn't this look awesome? Looks beautiful. Anyways, I don't have my my color grading on for this. I need to figure that out. Streams are not going to look as vibrant as my main channel and second channel videos are. My edited stuff. But anyways, we'll go back to here. I don't have a memory card slot. Well, I have 2 memory card slots. I don't have anything in those slots. So, no saving. Do a little arcade mode. I'll actually list this GameCube since everything is tested and working. So if you want this, I will have it up for sale. Top link in the description. retroremaster.com. Oh, it's starting it automatically for me. Spice. Hold on, game. Give me a second, and I'll have this up for grabs on the website. Add one to stock, and boom. Top link in the description, retroremaster.com. If one of my moderators wants to add a link to the chat, that'd be great. And yeah, let's read chat real quick. For a cleaner look, oh man, the donations got covered, or the new subs got covered up. Simon, thank you. Got you in there at the last second. Okay. Let's see. I was reading chat. For a cleaner look, you can mark the Swiss folder in any DOL files in Windows. And hidden, you won't see them in Swiss. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't mind it being in there. Yeah, it's a tough one with how thick the PCB is. Even I struggle with it. I built a flex PCB for it instead and transferred all the parts. Interesting. Yeah, it's still a totally fine mod. They're both cheap. They're both great. To me, since I'm already fully disassembling the GameCube and it's good to replace the thermal pads anyways, Pico boot just makes more sense for me. And it's easier with the flex PCB, but yeah. I mean, there's a reason why I don't have a Pico boot in my GameCube because I prefer the Xeno, but they're both pretty much the same. I would be fine with a Pico boot in mine, but I did Xeno before the Pico boot mod came out. So, and I forgot the button here. Thank you, Joshua. The Spice Orange GC is now up for grabs. I do not include controllers, mainly because all I would really do is just add a third-party controller in there, and I figured it'd be best for you to just decide what color controller you want. If you want a brand new third-party one, if you want a I don't know, whatever controller you want, you'll probably have a better time picking your own controller rather than going with whatever cheap one I picked to throw in there. Because even if I include a cheap third-party controller, there's going to be an upcharge for it. So, might as well buy it yourself and save a couple bucks. You do get power cables and AV cables included. All the GameCubes will have a working disk drive unless otherwise marked, but I make sure all of the disk drives are working perfectly. Because I think it's just the right thing to do. But also I was gonna, whoa, that moving truck messed me up. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. That accident gave me amnesia. Really? You need an Uber all the way over there? Wow, I just called an Uber taxi. You need a taxi all the way over here? Lazy. Yeah, AV cables. You get AV cables, power cables. They are third-party ones, but they work just fine. That's what I'm using right now. And I used to sell the Pico HDMI upscalers, which is what I'm using right now. But again, you're better off just buying it yourself and saving a couple bucks, and that way I don't have to stock them and take up more space in my now smaller working area. Oh, you can do both? I mean, I guess that makes sense. You can put both in the same console. I never really thought about doing both. Whoa. Unless you're just saying you have two consoles that you have them in. There's got to be someone else to pick up, right? No? Get in? Oh, man. If these brakes were a little better. Why can't we kick in the ABS on these? I got 7 people in. That's not bad. I'll take it. Yeah, I'd like to try the flippy drive, but it's like... I haven't looked at it in a while, but it was kind of expensive at launch. And for people who don't want to solder, I think it's great. But honestly, unless somebody sends it to me, I probably won't be looking at it anytime soon. I think it's great. It's not really worth it for me to buy it. So, Pico boot works just fine. But anyways, that is pretty much it for me. I am ready to be done with this stream so I can get back to recording more other stuff. But if you enjoyed this stream, please leave a like. It's greatly appreciated. We've got... Actually, don't know because I don't have that pulled up right now. We've got 24 people in here and 15 likes. I feel like we can get that evened out a little bit more. 26 people in here, 15 likes. But I understand I also just said that's the end of the stream, so we're probably going to have a huge dive in viewers. You ordered 2 flippy drives in September and you're still waiting? That's insane. Both in one system? Okay. Set Pico boot to boot while holding A, otherwise it loads stock or whatever reason disk. Interesting. That's pretty cool. You learn something new every day. Thank you for everybody who showed up. It was nice to get to talk to you, Obi Rux. Is that how you say your name? Big fan, though. Big fan. I've always enjoyed watching your Instagram posts. And I feel like you don't post as much as when I first followed you. That's all right. But your photos are so clean. I wish I could edit that nicely. But yeah. That's really all I have to say about that. Tomorrow's second channel video will be me showing off how to do ROM hacks, specifically Super Mario Eclipse, on real GameCube hardware, and also will work with the Wii, and it'll also work on Dolphin, but I have it set up specifically for original hardware. If you're interested in that, that'll be on the second channel, Jake64, tomorrow at noon. Friday, I don't know if I'll have the next main channel video up for members on Friday. It might be early next week, but it should be earlier than the day before, like the last video was. And I'm not exactly sure what else is up next for the second channel. But yeah, I don't want to spoil what next Friday's video is, the next main channel video is, but I will say it has something to do with this, and I'm gonna go record some more stuff centered around it right now. So thank you all for coming out. This is available right now, and to make sure nobody bought it yet, it is up for grabs. I should hopefully have more of these in stock by the next main channel video, and then N64s will be in stock hopefully sooner than that. But anyways, I totally blanked on my outro. I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. That was embarrassing. I just froze. It was a deer in headlights. This is crazy. Where's OBS? Stop streaming.